This is just embarrassing. This is CNN trying to do How You Do, Fellow Kids.
Yes.
They're apparently trying to do podcasts, but they're trying to do it on like a low budget version, make it look like they're working out of some guy's living room or basement.
And it's just a set.
It's just a set, right? It's like when you go to the furniture store and there's a quote unquote bedroom and a quote unquote living room.
Yeah.
And that's what this feels like. They've even got here's Jake Tapper. He's got all this tchotchkes and junk on his desk to look like a real podcaster. I'm like, this is ridiculous, but I think they're doing this trying to save their necks because, of course, Warner Brothers is getting sold to the Ellisons over at Paramount, and CNN costs too much, so they're probably trying to get a jump on it because Barry Weiss, who will likely be in charge of both CNN and CBS News, has said that we're going to have to start thinking like a startup and not having this ridiculous overhead. So their solution to this is let's just get just go to the knick-knack store, throw some shit on my desk.
She also said about them taking, they were going to go find journalists that are known, journalists that are actually podcasters and things, and bring them in to report. So now they're freaking out, if we can't beat them, we'll beat them this way. And you don't understand that's not going to work. You have people who worked really hard to get where they're at. People trust them because they've been fair and honest.
Right.
They don't trust you, and it's not because you aren't in a basement setting. It's not going to change that.
Yeah, it's not the wrapper, it's what's inside the wrapper. And time again, these big corporations, they don't understand it. It's not your set, okay? It's what you're saying, and it doesn't matter. Again, this is just a set. This isn't you giving your personal opinions because you work with this, corporate entity. But they're just trying to save their own ass. That's why I think this is kind of a Hail Mary pass. They're like, oh shit, here comes Barry Weiss. They're going to cut some costs. So let's show them that we can still run our shows on a budget and How You Do, Fellow Kids, because we're podcasters just like you.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. All right. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Yeah, woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
I too have a lot of toys on my desk, but you can't see them right now. But whatever.
Most of them are behind you.
Most of them are behind me, but it's he's even looking the part. Seriously, it's like he Googled Jake Tapper here. It's like he Googled some
I'm sure he
popular podcasts, and
I'm sure his set designer did.
Look at this, it's like, come on. They're like, oh, they're trying to go back to what Larry King was doing. I'm like, Larry King started when CNN started, and CNN was low budget. People have certain expectations now. Now, it's so weird because a lot of podcasters, a lot of YouTubers, you look at the Young Turks, and they've tried to up their production values. But I think a lot of these channels on YouTube especially have blown themselves up with the ridiculous production values trying to compete with a CNN or whatever. We talked about
didn't need to because you're winning anyway just because you're honest. If you're honest and you have an audience, you're gonna win because people trust you.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. The wrapper means nothing. It's what is inside the wrapper. And if it's still shit candy, well, nobody wants to eat shit candy, right?
No.
So
are you the good Halloween candy or are you the shit Halloween candy that ends up in, Summerween?
Yeah. Are we talking the good stuff? Or are we talking the Mary Janes or whatever, the chewy, old timey, wimey candies? Yeah, but this is kind of cringy. So let's see what the Hollywood Reporter says, because right now the new hotness is a lot of political commentators, in their little basement corner giving their hot takes, whatever, and that's what everybody's chasing. And so CNN's just trying to do the same thing. Top CNN stars, welcome to our humble podcast studio. Jake Tapper and Anderson Cooper shows are experimenting with less formal settings. Does it work? They said the substance was the same, the style is not.
The substance is the same. It's not going to work.
It doesn't matter. Out were the crisp, buttoned-down trappings of a stereotypical cable news studio set. In were podcast-style audio setups and messy, center-of-the-newsroom production vibes, more in line with the aesthetic of indie influencers. The ties were gone, and the map of Iran was printed out for a tabletop that included a studiously messy arrangement of New York Times sections. Okay, so it's we're trying to look homemade by design. This is...
They telling us it's fake. That's called
it's
fake.
Fake. This literally is fake news.
They didn't like you before because you're fake. They'll like you worse when you're even more fake. I mean, this is not hard. This is like this YouTube idea too. We're gonna get Hollywood, since Hollywood's kicked out. They're gonna buy their way in, and we're gonna let them take over YouTube. It's like, but then you don't understand why people were listening to the YouTubers, not Hollywood in the first place. Same thing here.
Here we are giving it a shot. Tapper told viewers a dry welcome to his office with a note explaining that this is where his team plots out journalism every day. You can see us do a real journalism. So we might as well let everyone in with a bit of transparency, guys. Okay, so this is the biggest complaint that people have with CNN, with MSNBC Now News, whatever the hell it's called, with all these cable news networks, is that they're fake as fuck. So what they're trying to do is be like, look, we're real peoples too. Look at us. It's kind of like a baby
just
kissing.
Like you, except we get paid a whole lot more money to tell you what the studio wants us, the narrative they want us to push.
Yeah, you start paying these guys like the average influencer, well, they'll quit. Yeah. But I think a lot of these guys, this is their future. This is what they're looking at. Because
then why not just go do it then?
Just go do it on your own.
At least if you do, you don't get the paycheck, but at least if you can do it, you can be honest.
Ask Don Lemon how that's working out for him. But it's like, they know that they're losing to podcasters, so now they're trying to copy the aesthetic, but like the Hollywood Reporter correctly points out, the content is still the same. Tapper's office has a whole bunch of losing candidate swag, I guess. So
I just think it's funny that the Hollywood Reporter is pointing out the obvious.
Anderson Cooper, meanwhile, was camped out in the middle of the newsroom ad table that was used frequently by data whiz Harry Enton, is now repurposed with an arrangement of podcast mics for the anchor and analyst guests. Stylistic changes are a small cosmetic tweak, but an interesting one, given that seemingly every video is becoming a tile on YouTube and digital media right now.
Yeah, because that's what they're doing. We've been telling you guys. So what they're doing, people aren't listening to them anymore. So they're going over and kissing the CEO of YouTube's ass because he loves to have his ass kissed. Trust me. And they're making little deals with him that they think if they put their own, they make it look more like everybody else and they put it on YouTube, that everybody's going to watch them instead. They're not going to watch them instead because that's not why people were there on YouTube. If they wanted to watch them, they would have watched them. They don't trust them, and putting them on a little tab on YouTube isn't going to fix the fact that people don't trust you.
So they're saying, does it work? No, it doesn't. They said retro, lo-fi, and reminiscent of Larry King, who is, of course, channeling the old school late night radio shows, which makes sense because basically it went from like radio to, CNN. Clearly, there's a push to be more authentic in the same way that a lot of podcast stars are. We want to look more human, guys. And Tapper at least shows off his personality. In the case of Cooper, they just took a table in the middle of the 18th floor.
He has a personality.
I know, right? They took a table in the middle of the 18th floor newsroom. I don't like it. Strikes me as phony. It strikes me as phony. There are millionaire celebrities with a small army of producers, a crew, and support staff trying to look lo-fi. A lot of the people who found success in the podcast space genuinely started from scratch, and even some of the more successful ones like Piers Morgan and Megyn Kelly have staff that number in these single digits. They're saying it's fake as fuck. It looks
our staff numbers in the single digits as well.
It is single digits, right? When I think CNN and all news channels, they should be endeavoring to help viewers get help viewers how they get the news in the name of transparency. We weren't watching Tapper work the phones or Cooper pull up an Excel spreadsheet. These look like their normal shows in a more casual setting. Surely there's a way to actually get some reporting into the show. That might require bringing in the producers who do a lot of the legwork. That being said, there's clearly something happening. MS Now is adding some crooked media podcasts. Fox News has Will Cain emulating the radio and podcast look. I think we're going to see more of these, particularly as actual video podcasts proliferate on TV sets through YouTube and Netflix. 20 years ago, someone with access to TV, say at 10 or 2, would tune into a news channel. Now they're watching YouTube, basically.
But they're watching the people they trust again. Just because you can make a little set look like that doesn't mean they're going to trust you anymore. I mean, just because you could be a con artist, just because you put a suit on doesn't mean that suddenly you're more trustworthy. You're still a con artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what makes me mad is, it makes me absolutely furious, is people who worked really hard, and then they're the ones who, have won, as far as the people watching them and trusting them, are now going to be, you know, they're going to try to kick them out again because they wrongfully think that if they push you out, you're going to listen to them. And
yes.
It's like that psychopath test which I've mentioned before.
Which you passed, by the way.
I did pass, by the way. I got it right away. But it was, in a nutshell, it's basically like you met this really cool guy at your mom's funeral and, you know, you wanted to see him again, you know who he was, so you kill your cousin. Why? And the reason is it's because you thought, well, if I kill my cousin, there's another family funeral and the guy will show up.
Right.
And it's like that, or like a soap opera defense. Like, I like this guy, he's in love with somebody else, but if I off the other person, they're going to love me. And it's like, it's this psychotic, you know, thing that you think you can replace them, but you're not them. It's like they're not watching you because they don't like you. And it doesn't matter if you go to the platforms that they're watching people, they still don't like you.
Yeah.
Same with Hollywood. If they wanted you, they'd watch you, and they're not.
That is true.
Get over it.
We'll see how this goes, but I really do think that they are feeling the squeeze from YouTube. But I think YouTube, these people are going to come in.
Playing into it.
They're playing into it. They're going to come in. They're going to take over YouTube. They're going to push out people, I think.
Which is going to screw YouTube because it's YouTube for a reason.
Right. And then all those people are going to go someplace else, wherever the hell that is. I don't even know where it is now. Because there really isn't a good, viable alternative to YouTube. But all the people who are actually, you know, kind of born and bred in this space are going to get pushed out of their own ecosystem. But that's by design. Then these people are going to come in. They're going to take over. They're going to try to control the narrative again. YouTube's going to feed into it.
And it's going to fail.
It's going to fail. And then people abandon YouTube. They'll be like, people don't like video anymore. Oh my God, guys. But yeah, they're all trying to pivot to this because they really do think it's the form, the shape, the wrapper. People are listening to you know, Timcast or whatever because, you know, he's in his own little studio with a mic, and no, they're listening to him because they want his opinions, right? Mm-hmm. That's the truth. And they're rejecting you guys, and just doing it in a corner of your office isn't going to change shit. No. Actually, this kind of reminds me of the pandemic where they're all like working from home. It was weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to see you got all this money and this is the best you can do.
So they're not working at home. They're working with the full makeup and full lighting and full camera crew and all that in a fake set.
I want to hear your dog barking and your kid crying in the background, the phone ringing. I would have, you know, that'll convince me. That'll convince me that it's lo-fi. Like, you know, somebody opening the fridge, you know, your spouse like, hey, honey, where's the milk? Dad. It should be in the fridge. It's not.
Back when we started, the dog would bark all the time because we had
God.
We were doing it literally out of the bedroom.
Yeah, it's weird. You listen to those old videos and we talk very fast in those old videos. And the reason we're doing that is we lived on a hill and
talk fast in all videos.
Well, we talked faster in the older ones because we could hear trucks coming and they put their Jake brakes on, right? So you'd hear boom, 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 and we could hear it in the distance. And it's like, okay, hurry up and get this out. Then we have to wait and we have to cut. It took me forever to edit those effing videos.
That or Charlie the dog kept barking.
Charlie kept barking. Yeah, so it's like it was very lo-fi. But we haven't really changed much. We haven't really. I mean, we do have an office we work out of now just because it's quieter. But yeah, it's crazy. Good luck with that, right?
Yep.
Good luck with that. We're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
Please.
I wish bad luck with that, but that's just me.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.